warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syed Faaiz bin Syed ZULKARNAIN from J4 ECG263. For this mini project activity, I have to conduct soil experiment that can be associated to soil mechanics concept and describe the soil in terms of water content, particle density, particle size gradient, permeability, and field density. Let's take a look on how it's done. Procedures of water content determination experiment. Firstly, take the wet soil sample and put in the plastic bag. Make sure the wet soil sample is 1.5 kg using weighing balance. Next, weigh and record the mass of the empty plastic tray. Then, transfer the wet soil sample from plastic bag to the plastic tray and record the mass. Next, spread the soil sample evenly in the plastic tray. And then, expose the soil sample under the sunlight for a drying process. Then, leave the soil sample for one whole day depend on weather condition. Next is weigh and record the mass of the dry soil sample and the plastic tray to get the water content. Repeat step 1 until step 8 to another 2 soil samples. Procedures of particle density experiment. First, weigh the empty glass jar and record the mass. Put the dry soil sample into the glass jar using garden shovel. And then, record the mass of dry soil sample and the glass jar. Next, fill the glass jar and dry soil sample with water until top of the glass. Stir the soil sample with chopstick to ensure trapped air was removed. And then, weigh again the soil sample and record the mass. Next, clean the glass jar and fill in only water until the top of the glass. And record the mass of the glass jar and water. Repeat step 1 until step 8 to another soil sample. First, Weight the empty plastic tray and record the mass using weighing balance. Put the dry soil sample into plastic tray and record the mass. Next, place 25 mm of wire mesh on another empty tray. Then, transfer the dry soil sample through the 25 mm of wire mesh. Make sure the dry soil sample did not spillage during the transfer process. Next, record the mass of the dry soil sample in the plastic tray passing 25 mm wire mesh. Lastly, repeat step 3 until step 6 for 12 mm, 6 mm and 1 mm of wire mesh. Procedures of permeability experiment. First, drill a few small holes at the bottom of the plastic bottle using cutter. Next, fill in the plastic bottle with soil sample until half of the bottle. Then, compact the soil sample using rubber mallet. Next, label H1, H2, H3 and H4 above the soil sample using permanent marker. Then, fill up water in the bottle up to top of the plastic bottle. Then top up the water till it reach the H1 mark. Next, important part, observe the time taken using stopwatch for the water to reach from H1 to H2, H2 to H3 and H3 to H4. Lastly, repeat step 1 until step 8 to another 2 soil sample. Procedures of field density experiment. Firstly, measure the diameter and the height of the steel container and weight the mass of the steel container. Next, prepare the suitable place and place the steel container on the ground. Then, hammering the steel container into the ground using rubber mallet, covered by the ping pong pad. Next, extract the soil sample from the ground. Then, trim the soil sample using the wood pad. Next, record the mass of the soil sample with the steel container. Then, take 100 grams of soil sample into small container for air drying process. Next, weight the mass of the dry soil sample to get the water content. Lastly, repeat step 1 until step 8 for another 2 soil samples.